aking mga events, gusto ko nakikipagsangguni, nakikipag-usap, alamin ang pangangailangan, kung paano pa ipalawak ang ating advokasya into complete action para makapagbigay ng sustainable livelihood sa iba't ibang komunidad all over the country. But yes, there's a program, so I must deliver a brief message. But I'm once again here in my happy place. I congratulate heart and meat into the law which I authored on my first term. Although in that law, it is the DA, Philfida, whose head is always changing every year. I don't know what's wrong with the Philfida. I hope that you stay and work closely with the PTRI because there should not be any competition. In fact, there should be complementarity between the DA and the DOST and in fact Philfida. So I'm happy to be here and to see the work of our artisans from the barangays. And as you know, really lumulusong sa barangay. I go to and we establish weaving centers in the most remote barangays. And you've been there, right? From the boondocks to the remote barangays, maski walang kalsada or walang asphalted or cemented road, meron tayo mga natural dye hubs and weaving centers. So I would want to greet my former colleague, but she's, I guess, coming later, our dear Mayor of Makati, who's supposed to come, my BFF seat, being there for us and making sure that the government funds allocated for PTRI are really used to promote sustainable livelihoods and to promote the use of Philippine natural resources, meaning fibers planted by our farmers in different parts of the country and used for, I hate to call it Philippine fashion, but for everyday wear, because that is the essence of the law that we have authored. Ino is supposed to be here. He's another dear friend who helps us in our advocacy for arts and culture, not as something so elitist or esoteric that cannot be understood or held, but actually on the ground, community-based arts and culture. I will not greet anyone anymore in my long list. Ali Atienza, we welcome you to government. Yes. So today, and I see, of course, Anthony Legarda, one of the early advocates as well. You do, and all the agencies of government, DFA, DOST, Maribel Ongpian is also here, and all our friends. The reason why we're all here in this hall today is because of our shared advocacy for tropical fabrics. Not just for weaves, but the utilization of what is indigenous to the Philippines and to be able to provide livelihood. Yes, we welcome Mayor Lani. I actually greeted you. No need for sorry because we're there. Yes, I think what you're wearing is piña. That is from our region, but piña can also be planted and you would know best. I think we also have it in Ibaan. Diba? Meron din sa Batangas, but we have piña, of course, in Aklan, my neighboring province, and in Antique as well. Pag makarating dito, sigurado mahal na yan. Pero sa very accessible. O sige. So today, we celebrate the threads that bind our culture, resilience, artistry, and history as Filipinos. As we inaugurate the Philippine Handloom Weaving Center, and note that I have a bill, and I refiled it for the handloom weaving industry of the Philippines, hopefully to enact it into law. So it is institutionalized way beyond my term as senator and Julius's term as head of PTRI. Okay, we are going, it says, round of filing a 20th Congress. It's an act providing for the development and protection of the Philippine Handloom 19th Congress. It was not given special treatment or priority because not everyone really understands. Not everyone supports or recognizes. They might think it's a fashion thing, which definitely is not. That's why I keep on saying this goes beyond fashion or everyday wear. It's really livelihood up to the farmers. That's why when we go, alam na mga staff yan, ng isang araw lang, nandun kami sa Barangay Fragante, sa Pandan, kung saan nagpa-harvest ako ng abaka at binigyan ko ng kapital at equipment sa pag-harvest ng abaka. Tapos binantayan namin yung processing para binibenta nila ang per kilo na abaka na nagagamit sa iba't ibang gamit, hindi lang sa damit, kundi sa pangbahay din. Kaya importante magbigyan ng halaga ang bawat pinanggagalingan na halaman sa proseso at saka sa gamit. Anyway, so we are not only breathing life into our weaving industry, we also continue to provide a lifeline to our weaving. Bibigyan natin ng pag-asa ang mga komunidad na walang pagod na nagtataguyod sa ating kultura, ang mga kamay na patuloy na humahabi hindi lamang ng tela, kundi ng ating nakaraan at nagiging daan para sa mas maayos na kabuhayan. And I've seen this firsthand since my first term in 1998 from the story of Sami Bule. From the time that he had a problem with PTRI and had to shell out personal funds to pay for the VAT that was being confiscated from his family by this agency of government, perhaps long before your time. And tumakbo sa aming tanggapan at sa maliit na amount na save natin ang pamilya ni Sami, kung hindi nung panahong yung 20 years ago siguro or 10 years ago nagsara na sila. I think I can't remember the exact amount that I had to lend him but actually gave him, so he paid PTRI for the VATs he could not pay for, but it was being confiscated by PTRI. That was, Julius, before your time. Hindi mo gagawin yan kasama Bule. So I know the stories of so many people, even Mario Magsano of Bugtason, who already set up a natural dye hub in the mountains of San Remillo in my province. We know the story of Magdalena Gamayo, of course, in one of our gamabas in Pinili, Ilocos Norte, and many, many more. So every time we hold a piece of hand-woven fabric, whether it's the Inabel from Ilocos, the Tinalak from South Cotabato, the Hablon, or I call it Patajong, for my beloved province of Antique, I don't just see a piece of cloth. Each piece, each hand-woven fabric carries the unspoken stories of our people, and it's true. Yan, kita nyo, pinilian yan. Yan ay sampagita. Ang ibig sabihin yan, yung mga nagahabi, nagahablon, nagaabel, pare-pareho naman yan language lang yung nagkaiba ay mga fresh as a sampagita flower. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng sampagita. Kasi mostly babae. Pero ironically, ang nagtatag at nagpapatupad ng weaving sa Bugtason ay si Mario, lalaki. Pero nakakatuwa kasi kala nila, bulaklak. Hindi. Yung sampagita signifies the freshness of the Antiqueña, the Filipina weaver. And that process, of course, is called pinilian. Ramdam ko ang sakripisyo ng ating mga magsasaka dahil I am confronted with them every day in the barangays of Antique and the barangays in the Cordilleras, the barangays in Mindanao, and all the requests to make use of the plants, whether it's banana, red Spanish pineapple, abaca, and it doesn't have to be clothing, bariu, buri, and different kinds, bamboo, rattan. We're such a wealthy nation as long as we utilize it sustainably. So I suggest PTRI, Filfida, Design Center of the Philippines, it's very sila, Ria Matute, invite her sana, as well as CITEM and the Bureau of Domestic Trade of the DTI. I'm sure when all of you are banded together, all of these communities will be helped. So, ang mga magsasaka sa ilalim ng init ng araw, sa gitna ng malakas na ulan, matarik man ang daan tungo sa kabundukan, patuloy silang nagpupursige para makapagtanim, makapag-ani ng materyales ng mga hibla na siyang magiging kwento ng ating mga habi. Ramdam ko rin ang bawat maingat na paggawa ng mga naghahabi. Ang bawat disenyo na bunga ng kanilang mga pangarap, panaginip at imahinasyon. Mga disenyo na sumasalamin sa ating pagkatao at sa ating kultura. Sa lahat naman sa inyo dito, sigurado ako nakapunta na kayo sa pinakaliblib na lugar sa Mindanao o sa Cordillera o sa amin sa Isla ng Panay. At nakakausap nyo at naiintindihan kung yan man ay nakita ko yung gawa sa Abra, may ibig sabihin ang bawat embroidery dyan. At yung pati pa yung crochet sa nila Menchi de Guzman sa Bawang La Union, yung kusikos na suot ng ating kaibigan mula sa DFA, ang binakol at ang sabihin, at para maganda yung maintindihan ng lahat. Importante, lahat ng bumibili sa mga bazaars, sa pop-ups ay may paliwanag, sana may letrato ng kung sinong gumagawa para maintindihan. At sana lahat ng mga producers din ay mag-veer towards the use of natural dye para yung chemical na dumidikit sa ating katawan, pati na rin yung paggamit ng tela, sana dadami pa ang magtatanim ng bulak o ng cotton para ang polyester na galing sa plastic ay hindi na didikit sa ating katawan. So I wear Filipino weaves with pride and with humility. And I really don't buy imported. Sorry. So, pati mga staff ko, pag binibili silang fast fashion, hindi implement. Kasi may 7,000 pesos allowance ang Senado. Yan. Sa asawa ni Mayor. Please, siyasati mo. Ni Senator Alan, meron 7,000 allowance. Alam nyo, sa 7,000 na yan, okay? 250 pesos ang tropical fabric. Let's say yung kay Chuck Lazaro na private supplier. Sa 5% lang sa batas ko, pwede na eh. May pinya na 5% at iba-iba. Sa 250 pesos, isang metro, isang blouse na yan, o isang top na panglalaki. At pagtahi dito sa Kingsmen, mahal pero maganda, 13. Sa amin sa Antique, 500, meron ka ng patahi. So, 750 pesos, may baganda ka ng top. Pag meron ako mga staff na magandang suot mo, sabi ay online po, ay Lazada, Shopee, ay pumunta sa mall. Naku! Sabi ko, mag-save kayo. Bakit 7,000 ang bili nyo? Pwede naman 750 pesos. Maganda pa. Kaya ako'y sumusuot ng gawang barangay. At pagdating ng SONA, with all due respect to the talented, expensive designers, susuot ako ng gawang barangay para makita. At bumibili din ako sa hand-embroidered sa lemery, sa mga barangay gulod, at saka sa Taal, sa merkado ng Taal, para mapakita natin na, of course, ang gagaling ng designers, pero yung mga likha sa barangay ay kasing galing din. So, we honor the hands that planted, harvested, and created them. I wear these weaves carrying the dreams, the struggles, and the identity of our people. But wearing our culture literally is just one part of the work. We need to ensure that our weavers and farmers are empowered, supported, and given the opportunity in this fast-paced era of technological advancements where traditions are slowly fading, set aside by modernization and forgotten by many. And I laud the local government of, was it Mountain Province? Yes, that had this local ordinance. I hope that every LGU would do that kasi laganap na ang pagkopya ng kanilang mga disenyo. So I carry in my heart the honor of being a Dangal ng Haraya Patron of Arts and Culture bestowed on me long ago by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, advocating projects and programs that I know will promote our heritage and protect communities that keep our traditions alive and ensuring that future generations will inherit the pride and dignity that come with these traditions. Yes, we authored the Tropical Fabric Law 21 years ago, 2001, actually passed in 2004, which mandates the use of locally made fabrics in government uniforms with the aim of continuously empowering our Filipino weavers and ensuring that mainstream government programs support the development of our local textile industry. So I mentioned already the Philippine Handloom Weaving Industry Development Act. We will refile it to create an agency aimed at empowering weavers and to mainstream government programs to develop the local textile sector. But I will amend this. There's no need for the agency. It will be subsumed under the DOST PTRI. So we've worked closely all these years PTRI, from your predecessor yet, sila Celia, Elumba, Philfida with 10 heads before you, Mr. Atienza, the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Trade and Industry, TESDA, and our local governments to provide the training, equipment, the raw materials, the sustainable fiber farming to communities nationwide. In Antique alone, and Julius knows this, and I'd like to invite all of you whenever you want to go, we've established weaving centers in Barangay Bagtason, in Bugasong, which is the Patachong capital of Panay. Even in my hometown of Pandan, which is just 40 minutes away from the Caticlan Airport, and Tibiao, which is an hour away from Pandan. Empowering associations like the Malabor Abaca Piña Weavers and the Tauca, the Tibiao Active Weavers. Very small communities, hindi wala pang farm to market road, konting lubak lang pero nandyan. Maliliit na mga gusali pero tinatag ng Philfida at ng PTRI. At ang bawat galaw nila ay nag-iisip sila, kikitain nilang ilang daang piso sa araw na yung pagpakain sa kanilang mga pamilya. We've also helped in the establishment of the Miagao Iloilo Weaving Center, Lagindingan, in Misamis Oriental with Senator Nancy Binay, now Mayor, Sarat Ilocos Norte, Dumingag, Zamboanga del Sur. Magandang bisitahin natin lahat dito. Sa Lake Cebu, South Cotabato. Kayo ba nagtatayo, PTRI, or is it Philfida? And National Museum, I think, is also setting up. And even in Banawe, Ifugao. So we've provided countless handlooms, sewing machines, raw materials, equipment, so that production not only continues but expands, improves, and reaches new markets. So we've supported the establishment also because my advocacy goes beyond planting, processing, harvesting, and weaving. Also the use of natural dye. Hindi ba ang ganda? Tingnan mo, ang ganda-ganda ng suot ng sa katawan ni Julius. Iba yung natural. Kung basahin nyo, may epekto yan sa ating mood. At may epekto sa pag-touch sa ating skin. Oo. Kaya yung mga may polyester ako or mga may chemical dye na damit, hanggang kaya, sinishare ko na lang sa iba. Gusto ko talaga cotton at saka natural dye. So, Kinon, Madalag Aklan, hindi ko pa nabisita yon. Sablayan, Okmindoro, these were done through the NCCA. As you see, it should be the PTRI, but we also try to empower other agencies of government through the NCCA because they have collaboration with NGOs in the grassroots. And natural dye facilities in Balete, Aklan, kayo ba yun, or NCCA? Banawe, Ifugao, and Bansalan, Davao del Sur. I'm not sure if it's NCCA or PTRI. In San Remillo, yes, I've not visited that in our home province of Antique. And Lagindingan, that's through PTRI. So, in our effort to reduce dependence on expensive imported materials, cotton processing centers have been established through my support, through Philfida. Please, after this brief message, may I ask Mr. Atienza to talk, not just talk, to resolve the issues of the cotton processing center where the Philfida imposed the importation of equipment from India. Wag natin sayangin, nandyan na yan, pero wag na natin pipilitin yung mga favorite suppliers ng ahensya ng gobyerno at pag may sira, kailangan bumalik pa sa Pilipinas yung mga Indians. Yun ang nangyari sa amin sa Antique. And then the locals are complaining because I think Maribel Ompin knows this because even before the pandemic, when we met in Manila Golf, remember you met with me with the lady from Palawan? Yes, and I've funded over 100 million through Philfida for the planting of cotton. This was before the pandemic, but you can audit it. The fact that we funded that means that those provinces in those barangays, bagay yung lupa sa cotton. Then find out, did they continue it or after binigay yung 100 million, nawala na lang. Hindi naman pwedeng bigay ng bigay taon-taon na 100 million. Sinisita na ako noon ni former Senator Cynthia Villar. Alam mo yan, galit na galit sa ahensya ninyo. Dahil under sa kanya yung budget, sorry I have to say it like it is, under sa kanya yung budget, sabi niya, ikaw lang naman ang bigay na bigay, nawawala naman yung pera. Hindi naman siguro nawawala, kailangan lang natin makita yung impact. 100 million, that can go so much for, let's say, DepEd. Kaya, nagagalit ang iba, bakit yan sa pagtanim ng cotton na hindi naman nakikita yung output. Kaya tignan po ninyo, kasi magkusa na sila after the first bigay sa kanila. Yun, nag-meeting na po, hindi po to parte ng aking message. So, hindi parte yan. Ganyan ka rin ba? Yes, so, kaya yan yung, ang dami kong kwento eh. Ako, we can go 1 hour here para ako nag-meeting sila. Tapos yung piniling Ilocos Norte. Okay, ko-confession ako dito. Huwag magalit ang Philfida sa akin. Ako lang nagde-defend sa inyo. Kasi kung masusunod si Senator Villar, 0 ang budget niyo. Totoo yan. Ako naglalagay dyan. Sabi niya, hilig mo maglagay dyan eh. Nawawala naman eh. In short, walang output. Tama naman siya. Pero, yung pinili Ilocos Norte, kumpisal ko, pinapa-audit ko sa PTRI ang ginawa ng Philfida. Because, ang mayor nagsusumbong sa amin, nakasara ang weaving center. Si Dr. Guanang, tumatawag sa akin, before pandemic pa ito ha, and yung pondo ko na linagay, nandun pa rin. So, after this, maybe it's not like a classroom you will stand up now and tell me the status. It has to be working. 5 years na yung pondo. Sayang naman. Philfida, what's with you guys? PTRI, I asked you to audit. Kaya sabi mo nun, you were reluctant because it's another government agency. No, that's a people's money. So any one of us can audit what they've done. Diba? Mayor namin. Okay. Haba. Every weaving center built, every training completed. By the way, yan, boss naman ako. We just completed the training of abaca harvested in Barangay Fragante, Pandan. Sa gitna ng kampanya sa Antique, because I was campaign manager of my brother in Antique, yung barangay captain ng Fragante, lapit, sabi niya, para may trabaho mga tao, mag-harvest ng abaca na napakarami sa amin, sa Fragante. So finally, tapos ang tagal, pagkakausapin mo ahensya ng gobyerno, wala po sa GAA 2025. Nag-aantay pa sila. Amendment ko for GAA 2026, hindi na. Personal na lang. Ako na nagbigay ng training, ako na nagbigay ng equipment, ako na nagbigay lahat. Kasi kung iintayin mo, pag wala sa program ng taon na yon, 1 taon mag-aantay bago i-release yung pondo. Paano naman sila? At masyadong overgrown na or overripe, hinog na yung abaca, I don't know if it's the right word, sayang at tag-ulan na. Pina-harvest ko at pina-training ko na hindi Philfida ang nag-train. Kasi ang sagot palagi, wala. Hindi pwede sa akin ang wala. Kami na po ang gumawa at ngayon, meron na. Silang binibenta per kilo na Philfida. At kung wala, abaca, at kung wala pa rin buyer, ako na rin ang bibili. At ibibigay ko sa Santa Rosario Multipurpose Co-op na nagpa-train ako at may weaving center akong tinayo na gumagawa ng bariw bags na nag-i-innovate, meron na rin abaca. So in short, ginawa ko na po ang trabaho ng Philfida. Pero hindi ko kayang gawin yan sa buong Pilipinas. In-example ko lang na kayang gawin sa 1 linggo. Maski 2 araw. Pag may political will, may konting resources, hindi mahal. Kung tutukan nyo lahat kung saan. Diba? Magtutok ka per region, may isang staff in charge. Tapos lahat na nabigyan o lahat ng available na ready to harvest. Kasi para kang tumitingin ng ginto, may abaca dyan. Hindi hina-harvest. Bakit? They don't know how. Train lang namin ng 2 days. Walang gamit, walang equipment. Bibilhan, ilang libong piso lang yan. Pagka-harvest, walang bibili. Bilhin nyo, akin na, ako na nga. Ang daming bibili. Hindi alam ko anong gagawin. Training kung saan gagawin. Sabi ko yung bariw, lagyan ng abaca, may bag. Di tapos. Na-solve ang problema. Ganyan dapat ang attitude. Diba? Pasensya na po, hindi ko parte ng speech. Hindi naman mayor namin kasi ganyan din siya. Okay, wala na ako sa speech. Sabi ko sa inyo, wag na ako magsalita kasi. Yun. So, yung nakikita natin yan sa mga statwa, sa mannequin. Yung nakikita natin sa the one and only textile gallery in the National Museum, the Hibla ng Lahing Filipino, which we started with Jeremy Barnes and at the time, Dr. Ana Labrador, I think by 2nd term, na nanganak, meron na lahat sa iba't ibang National Museum in the whole country. All of these are finished products. But if you see the story behind every weave, every fiber, nakakabagbag damdamin. Kumikita ng 300 pesos a day or less. At yun ay ikabubuhay nila pambili man lang ng bigas. So, nagkaroon tayo din ng National Arts and Crafts Fair na kasama naman ng DTI na every booth ay mga MSMEs na galing sa mga probinsya. So, the Philippine Handloom Weaving Center is one of your many efforts to address the challenges faced by our weavers, providing our weaving communities with the technology, the designs, and the skills they need. There needs to be convergence among agencies. Sana maliban sa PTRI at sa PhilFIDA, nandito ang Design Center, Bureau of Domestic Trade, ang NCCA, yes, sila Rene Talavera, at ano pa bang ahensya ng gobyerno. Kung sinong in charge sa DTI ng Shared Services Facilities, DOLE should also be here for the DOLE Kabuhayan. And whoever is in charge of the Barangay Skills and Training Act, I authored that in 2007. I'm sure everyone in this hall do not know there is such a law that is to provide TESDA training centers kung saan may natural materials for training. So you can have a round table, not just talk but action with all the agencies I mentioned, no matter how small, and the programs, so that hindi lang galing sa pondo nyo, si SSF, ito bagay kay Kabuhayan, ito bagay kay Barangay TESDA Training Center. So convergence across sectors to strengthen our communities and local industries, starting with the harvesting, the production of our raw materials, to the processing, sa cotton, the ginning, the spinning, and to maximize the output. The creation of fibers, for the creation of textiles. Then it's not enough that we create it. Because I'll tell you this, Chuck Lazaro, who's a private sector, nagtsatsaga siya with this textile, has issues again with government. They want to produce. But I am told government is unwilling to buy. So why? We should invite the private sector. Nagtsatsaga sila. Anak siya ni the late Attorney Lolong Lazaro, who was my good friend and my lawyer as well. And buti may nag-i-invest na hindi pa nagsasara. So I don't know if it's a DBM issue. I'll talk to SecMina about it. Is it a PTRI or PhilFIDA issue? And that's the same with who was Alena. The same thing. Private sector, very passionate owners of Alena. Dalawa na silang lumapit sa akin. Actually, marami pa. They have issues with government. We in government must not compete with the private sector. We must encourage them and support them. Pero sabi naman ni Director Julius, wala naman daw problema. Pero siguro pagkaharap kayo, nahihiyang magsabi, pag sa amin nagsasabi. Magagaling naman kayo. Pero alamin natin kung ano yung problema nila. I think it's a procurement act of DBM. They want to sell their this because I see Mayor Lani. Sa 250 pesos, may isang top na applicable to the tropical fabric law. Tapos magpatahi ka sa mura lang, 500 pesos, less than 1,000, meron ng top na jacket. Kung bibili tayo online, libo-libo yan. So perhaps that. I can give you the number of Chuck Lazaro. Wala akong commission dyan, hindi ko, sinasabi ko lang yan kasi gusto mong tulungan. Because sa Senado, sabi ko sa lahat ng staff, kung kayong bumiling mamahalin sa mga mall, gamitin yung tropical fabric law, yung 7,000 yung a year, gamitin, bumili sa kanya. Saan pa mas mumura sa 200 isang metro? Diba? Yun. Tapos yung patahi sa amin, dahil nagbigay ako ng sewing machines na through SSF sa Antique, maraming nag-aantay na dressmakers, 500 to 1,000 pesos ay meron ng gagawin. Anyway, so mahaba na. Sige. Okay. So we should continue to open the doors of opportunities for learning, for knowledge sharing, for skills development so that we expand our weaving communities and local textile industries as we strengthen a tradition that is a symbol of our national pride. So, salamat po sa inyong pagtsatsaga, sa pakikinig sa akin. I sound like a broken record since 1998, whether it's in a committee hearing or it's in my office or here in events like this. That's why I said, do you really want to invite me to speak? Because part of that will be part of a meeting. So I know we're on Facebook Live. Yes, many people are watching. Why am I passionate about this? Because this is all about livelihood. Parang abuhian. Ibig sabihin sa amin sa Kinaray, kabuhayan. Hindi to basta, ay, ang ganda, fashion. Bagamat yan ang output, ito talaga ay buhay at kabuhayan ng bawat magsasaka na nagtatanim, na gustong-gustong mag-harvest at mag-proseso. Okay. Gusto ko rin banggitin at imbitahin ko kayong lahat sa pagbubukas ng Hibla Textile Gallery sa Old Capitol Building sa National Museum sa San Jose Antique on July 16. Yan. Ang gaganda ng koleksyon ng Panay Bukidnon at ibang mga suot ko galing sa barangay, sa Tibiao. Mula pa nung 1998 na mga sona ko ay gawang barangay yung textile. Naka-exhibit po doon. Ang nag-curate National Museum. Hindi ko po sa iyo yan. So inimbita ko kayong lahat doon, but you pay for your own airfare. Yes, I will invite you to the museum. So thank you very much for your patience and thank you for all the hard work you do. Whether you are a local chief executive or in working in the departments of government or heading this agency, don't get me wrong. We are doing our best. We are doing more than the best that we could possibly do. I think what we need to improve on really is to talk to each other, convergence, and really help each other. Maraming salamat po. Isang lumpi ang Pilipinas sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat, Senator Loren Legarda, para sa inyo pong mga mensahe. At syempre po, pag nandito si Senator Legarda, napakahalagang alam natin kung ano ang suot natin. Hindi lang who are you wearing, also what are you wearing. Alright. So we would also like to, of course, acknowledge the presence of our handloom weaving partners who are joining us today. Representative of the other. All right, our
parang familiar ko. Sorry po. Ma'am, gusto ko to. Walang tawad pag media.
Bibirin daw ni Kim.
Dito na lang. Pwede nyo naman ipag-size. Size. Bagay na bagay.
Ayan ka kasi.
Diba?
Ang ganda ng design niya kapag.
Galaw-galaw talaga. Galaw-galaw talaga ako. Siyempre, siya ba naman nag-innovate ng self? Mother ng self. Mother na self.
Samar. Ayun. Kasi.
Lara. Walang bra.
Ni Sherry.
Siyang gumawa eh. 3,000 pesos only.